Blockchain-enabled Wisdomtree consumer app goes live in 21 states. Remember, this is built on Stellar. It's built on Stellar, and Wisdomtree has rolled out its new financial app that mixes crypto, digital funds, and tokenized physical assets such as gold. So the company, a fund group with 93.6 billion assets under management, has vocalized its bullishness on tokenization and blockchain-enabled wrappers over the last 2 years. Wisdomtree has first revealed in January 2022 its intention to launch the blockchain-native mobile app called Wisdomtree Prime, and the app went live in 21 states today. So we're going to have to see what states, because I'm ready to jump on this platform for sure if we're going to own some tokenized physical assets such as gold. So in addition to tokenized gold, users of the app can buy and sell Bitcoin and Ethereum, as well as 9 Wisdomtree digital funds. The company's in-house transfer agent keeps a secondary record of investor ownership of the digital fund shares on the Stellar or Ethereum blockchains. Every dollar, ounce of gold, or unit of blockchain is based on tokenization technology and moving value around on a blockchain. Guys, we're living in the greatest times right now as far as the opportunity and kind of this new innovation that's being unveiled as we speak. Tokenization is massive, and it's going to be a game changer. And we're talking about tokenizations of all assets, of everything of value, things that were illiquid now coming liquid with tokenization. Truly unreal. So if we go down, by having dollars, gold, crypto, and funds on a common infrastructure, Wisdomtree's hope is to de-silo the investing and financial experience. Though the firm could choose to add exposures to the app, it sought to keep the app's offerings focused on the building blocks of a cross-asset portfolio. One of the big issues we see with a lot of the brokerage services today, definitely with a lot of the crypto providers, is the sheer number of things that exist on the platform and the fact that it's an intimidating and confusing experience for your average person. So we think there's an opportunity to deliver something that is more focused. And there we go. So there it is. And I want to see what states. So let's see if we can see what states here. All right. So we have the states. So we got Arizona, California, Delaware, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Kansas, Kentucky, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Missouri, Montana, New Jersey, Oklahoma, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Utah, Wisconsin, Wyoming. So there we go. So if you're in one of those states, why not open up one of these accounts and play around with it? Definitely very interesting here. So let's go into the next thing. I wanted to cover the dollar real quick again, because the dollar is absolutely melting down. And we had talked about how, hey, every single time we and let me pull this up, we float above this key level of 100. We get above 100 and then break back down below it. Massive crypto bull market. That was 2017. We break above it, then break back below it. Massive crypto market at 2020, 2021. And this time we overshot by a ton. We went up, overshot by a ton. So if we come down and we break below that key level in 99, it's like 99. We come down, we break 99, we start melting down. I believe we're going to overshoot now to the downside, because both times we came to the same level here around like 88, but and we came up to around 103, but this time we went all the way up to 113. So I believe we're going to overshoot to the downside this time, and likely come to test the 786 of this broader move from like 2011 to 2022 all the way down. We could see 80 in the dollar. And that's why I believe a massive crypto melt up is underway when we see that ultimate melt down in the dollar. So if we break 99, get ready, folks, get ready. So I just wanted to mention that, because I didn't mention that in the market update today. So if you're new here, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave a like and a comment, and let's just keep diving on into it. Because we have this. We have initially supported by the drop in USD post CPI release, because we had the CPI release today. Then dragged lower on news the US government Silk Road Bitcoin tokens were moving. So supposedly the government sees Bitcoins that were moving today. Let me go to it, because it's surprising that Bitcoin didn't really move much today, especially with the dollar and bond yields dropping as they did. But I think it's because, or what is told, the narrative is that the Bitcoins are a lot of DOJ gets Silk Road coins worth 305 million stuck in the Bitcoin mempool. So they were moving a bunch of Bitcoins around. So that maybe has everybody on edge. Yep, Silk Road linked Bitcoin worth 300 million moved by the US government. So that's why maybe it's hung up. So that's definitely on the radar. And then we have, can Bitcoin match the internet and hit 5 billion users? Absolutely. We're going from the internet of information to the internet of value. And that's what we cover in our free Opportunity of Crypto Accelerator course here. So if you haven't already dove into that, go to StargateDatsVentures.com, go to the education and software section and dive into this free Opportunity of Crypto Accelerator course, because we cover everything you need to know. Really structured and walks you through our current system and what the future system looks like. And we're closer than ever to that future system. So definitely get caught up to speed if you haven't already. So let's keep going into it, because the internet versus crypto adoption. And this is why, a lot of people think cryptos aren't going to have their bull run until 2025, but we got to take other aspects into account, like the technological adoption curve. We're on that trajectory of hitting 1 billion crypto users if we haven't already. So if we keep going down here, let's read through this. So crypto is adding new users at a pace so similar to the internet's 1990s growth that it can fuel stunning forecasts for what's ahead for digital assets. The internet went from basically no users in 1990 to 5 billion now, capturing 62.5% of the global population in 33 years. If crypto follows a similar curve, it would hit 5 billion users around 2047, assuming no population growth and say 6 billion given predicted population growth. But I don't know if they're going to mention it now, but I just want to interject and say, with every new technological innovation that happens, the rate of which it's adopted doubles, it compounds, it's faster. So I would say, let's cut that in half and say that instead of 33 years, it would take 16 years. So that's something to keep in mind as well, too, the technological adoption curve and the exponential curve of technology. And that's what we cover in this. There's a video in there that covers that. But let's keep going on that, because before you get too excited, though, I'd argue that's too optimistic. The internet is too broad for comparison. It's used for everything in our lives. Crypto has many use cases and there is hope for Web3, but for the average consumer, crypto is either a speculative investment or a means of transferring value. I recommend a bottom-up approach to analyze adoption, looking at consumer behaviors for comparable use cases. Consider the adoption of financial services technologies. Goes into that. What do the numbers tell us? People take decades to adopt what many of us in the finance industry consider basic financial technologies, and crypto is not basic. Seeing that less than 50% of the world uses something as simple as mobile banking 26 years after its debut, coupled with the fact that only about a third of Americans actively invest in stocks, should make us question crypto's growth trajectory beyond early adopters. Even with population growth, crypto may struggle to reach 5 billion users by 2047. More detailed analysis is needed, but with the continued digitalization of our traditional banking system, I think a more conservative back-of-the-envelope estimate is a range of 2 billion to 3 billion users, and that's if regulation doesn't get in the way. Remember, crypto has to beat or join the current way of doing things, which is still advancing and still not yet fully adopted. Yeah, I would say that it's not like everybody's going to be transacting in Bitcoin, or like 2/3 of the population. I don't see that being the case, but will the new financial system be tokenized and run on a blockchain? Absolutely. So it may not individually be adopted by everybody, but the way that it fundamentally reshapes the infrastructure will definitely affect everybody. So let's keep going, because we have Google Play changes policy on tokenized digital assets, allowing NFTs in apps and games. So we're seeing, them open up the doors. They're opening up the gates. The company is opening up the ability for developers to let users buy, sell, or earn digital assets and apps as long as they maintain transparency and adhere to other rules. So we're seeing that be the case. We're seeing Apple open up with the App Store. We're seeing Google Play open up the Google Play Store and allowing digital assets to be a part of it. Crypto hedge funds expect digital assets will be up by the end of the year. Traditional hedge funds already invested in crypto and tend to stick with their positions or potentially increase their exposure, the study found. So they're saying that by the end of this year, they expect higher prices, higher market caps for digital assets. I would say so as well too. And then let's go into the next thing. We have Stellar. USDC on Stellar is now available on CoinMe mobile apps. Stellar's really making headway behind the scenes. You can now unlock the power of fast transactions when sending and receiving USDC on Stellar across all CoinMe platforms. That on top of the Wisdomtree app launching and that being run on Stellar. Then you have Elon Musk's new ChatGPT competitor boost AI-related crypto tokens. So he came out with this company XAI, and AGIX and FET saw some bumps with that. So maybe it's time for the AI tokens to come back around. And then we have More than 90% of global finance leaders think blockchain and digital assets will significantly impact business, finance, and society in the next 3 years. Let's break down more crypto trends from our 2023 New Value Report. 72% of finance decision makers expect to explore tokenization to drive innovation. The business opportunity of tokenized assets is expected to reach 16 trillion by 2030. 58% of global payments leaders see faster payments as the number one value prop for incorporating crypto in their cross-border payments business. And then they go into check out our new 2023 New Value Report. So yeah, we're seeing a lot of things happen. A lot of momentum starting to take shape. Let's see if there's any other news that came out today. We have demand for the asset has begun to flash signs across several metrics. Bitcoin seeing strong demand as crypto market eyes recovery phase. And analysis of previous Bitcoin bull market corrections show past year's drawdown was much weaker than prior cycles as an indication of strong demand. And that is definitely being shown here. So if we can break above 31,500, maintain above it, and then the dollar breaks down below that 99 level, it's game on, guys. It's game on. So definitely keep that on the radar and join the Discord. Link is in the bio. We're tracking this every day. We haven't skipped a beat. One other thing is stablecoins pose existential threat to policy sovereignty, says India. India's concerns about the global acceptance of stablecoins have officially surfaced, with the deputy governor of the nation's central bank, RBI, saying they pose an existential threat to policy sovereignty. We're supposed to see global stablecoin kind of regulations and a framework be unveiled in July. So we'll have to see when that gets released from the FSB, how that shapes up. But if large stablecoins are linked to some other currency, there's a risk of dollarization. And so we have to be very careful about allowing these sorts of instruments from the past experience in other countries. It's an existential threat to policy sovereignty. See right here. So global stablecoin regulation has become a sticking point between the group of 7 representing advanced economies and the G20 representing emerging and advanced economies. He confirmed concerns within the G20, of which India currently holds the presidency. The G7 has said its nations will align with the FSB recommendations for stablecoins expected this month, which are focused on the impact of stablecoin use on wider financial stability. Meanwhile, the G20 is looking to align with a more nuanced synthesis paper jointly produced by the IMF and the FSB expected later in the year, I think October. So that's what we're seeing, guys. That's the crypto news for today. And come join the Discord. Link will be in the bio. I will see you guys in there. I'm going to be tied up until later today when we have the VIP group session tonight, 8 p.m. New York time. So for the VIPs, I'll see you there. And for everybody else, I'll see you in the next video and in the Discord.